What's going on, guys? The Julius Caesar Real Estate Sarb sold it back here again with another video. And this time we're going to be covering Calgary versus Vancouver. Where should you buy real estate? This is going to be a quick summary of what the pros and cons are, essentially, of buying real estate in Calgary versus buying real estate in Vancouver. First point I actually want to talk about is appreciation. And that is a clear advantage for Vancouver real estate. So if you were able to buy real estate here in Vancouver, let's say you were looking for a one-bed condo, which hovers around $500,000 to $600,000 depending on where you're looking to buy in the Lower Mainland. That same condo would be about $200,000 in Calgary. However, properties, condos, townhomes, detached homes appreciate a lot faster here in Vancouver than they do in Calgary. Let's say you bought it at $550,000, maybe in 3 years' time it would be worth $675,000. Whereas if you bought a one-bedroom condo in Calgary for $200,000, 2 to 3 years later, it's maybe worth $220,000. The other issue is liquidating properties. I mean, Vancouver holds a great advantage compared to Calgary in that regard. Whereas you can actually liquidate your properties pretty easily within 90 days. And if you price your properties correct, you can liquidate them within 30 days, sometimes even a week. I've seen properties go off the market in 3 days. So that's generally because of the demand we have in Vancouver for the Vancouver real estate. Obviously, when that demand gets there for Calgary, it's already starting to ramp up. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier to liquidate properties over there, but that all goes into just the amount of supply that's available. Vancouver has limited supply. Calgary, for the most part, can develop in any direction. Tons of land. And if they can keep their supply high and the demand goes up, well, they'll be able to match it. So prices are essentially going to remain the same or rise slightly. Whereas here in Vancouver, they'll rise quickly. And for that matter, you'll be able to liquidate a little bit quicker just because that demand will always be there. So those are two clear-cut advantages for Vancouver. However, let's talk about Calgary. You should be buying Calgary real estate for investment, and not investment for appreciation, but investment for cash flow. Cash flow is king to most people, and that's what they look for when they're buying rental properties, because they want that money right away. Most people don't want to wait 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 years for the appreciation. They want money coming in consistently, and they want positive cash flow. I'm not saying that you can't cash flow in Vancouver, it's just a little bit harder to find, but you can definitely cash flow in Calgary. I mean, rental rates are high, vacancy rates are pretty low, and so if you rent out a unit, you can cash flow pretty easily just because of the price of the properties. And so I've heard stories of some people cash flowing $2,000 on certain properties. But on average, you can get a lot more return each month over there than you can over here. So it's really about finding what's important to you. I mean, if cash flow is important to you, I can't recommend Calgary enough, or Edmonton for that matter. But if you're looking for appreciation, you want to stick to Vancouver real estate, because once you're able to get in, yes, there's a bit more of a barrier to entry, but once you're able to get in, you're sitting on an appreciation machine that you can liquidate very, very quickly. Now, this is me talking about Vancouver versus Calgary from an investing perspective. Now let's talk about it if you're looking to actually buy a place to live in. Maybe 5, 10, 20 years, who knows? Maybe you're looking for your forever home. Well, if you're able to relocate your job, if you're able to find a property that you like in Calgary in an area you like, well, I definitely recommend moving to Calgary. You can get a home there for under $750,000, whereas $750,000 here gets you maybe a slightly older 2-bedroom or a very old townhome. You're not going to find a house here for $750,000. So if you're looking to buy a place to live in and you're okay with moving, you're okay with dealing with the weather, having that change of pace and doing the intra-provincial migration, of course, go to Calgary. But if you're looking for, a certain lifestyle, Vancouver offers more amenities. I mean, there's a reason everybody wants to move and live here. The weather is particularly better, even though it rains most of the time. They'll get a lot more sun and less snow. And also, we just have more amenities. We got the mountains, we got beaches, we got wine country 3 hours away. If you want easy access to the border, if you want to go into the United States of America, it's about 30 minutes away. Very easy access. And of course, we got the ocean. Tons of activities to do there, obviously. We got lakes, we've got hiking trails, we got a diverse culture. So I'm not saying Calgary doesn't have that stuff, you just have to go further out to kind of find it. But they are building slowly. It's just, again, comes down to what's kind of important to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick rundown. That was essentially all I wanted to talk about, just from an investment standpoint and from a livability standpoint as well. Some people are teetering, what's the best move for me? And it just comes down to your priorities. Either way, they're both great places to live. It's just about what's important to you. Appreciation versus cash flow. Livability versus affordability. But if you guys have any questions regarding Calgary real estate, Vancouver real estate questions, you can reach out to me. You can book a call. I think the link's up there. You can book a call with me. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. You can reach out to me via email, via text, whatever tickles your fancy. Anyways, this is Sarbir Grewal, the Julius Caesar of Real Estate. I'll see you guys on the next video.